Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 9, entitled as Raja Vidya Rajaguhyam. Sloka 34. Man-manā bhava mad-bhaktaha, mad-yājī mam namaskuru. evaiṣyasi yuktvaivam, ātmānaṁ mat-parāyaṇaḥ. The very first thing that has been mentioned in the sloka is man-manā bhava, which means think about Krishna, because we hardly spend time thinking about Krishna. We think about so many different things, but less we think about Krishna. Now, what does it mean by thinking about Krishna? That is what we saw in our previous session. Thinking about and contemplating about His supremacy, thinking about His beauty, thinking about His qualities, thinking about the things which are directly connected to Him. While thinking about Krishna like this, one develops an attraction towards Krishna, and that changes into not just merely a thought, but with unmotivated, unalloyed love towards Krishna. And this thought is so continuous, like a stream of oil. And that is what said in the second stage, which is mad-bhakto, fixing the mind with love and devotion towards Krishna. If we really love Krishna, the very thought about Krishna will be pleasurable. We will find all our time to spend more about thinking Krishna. And that is what a bhakta, a devotee, is supposed to do. The gopis of Vrindavan always remembered Krishna's transcendental qualities, His dressing, His beauty, the way that He plays His flute. Bargapītam natavara vapahu karnayo karnikaram bibradvasaha kanaka kapisham vaijayantīm cha mālaṁ randrān venur adara sudhaya phorayan gopa vrindair vrindaranyam swapadaramanam pravishad Gita kirtihi. Krishna was wearing a peacock feather ornament upon his head, with blue karnikara flower on his ears, a yellow garment, Vaijayanti Mala, with a transcendental form, who is a great dancer as Krishna enters into the forest of Vrindavan, beautifying the land of Vrindavan with his footprints and playing this beautiful flute by placing his lotus-like lips. Man-manā bhava mad-bhakto. When this happens, then the person whose mind is fixed on Krishna with unalloyed love, what he does is mad-yājī. He won't be sitting idle, doing nothing. Rather, he will be fully busy, engaged in worship of Krishna by performing devotional services. Due to some circumstances, if he is idle, doing nothing, he feels miserable. He cannot sustain himself without doing something for Krishna. This is the way that he expresses his love for Krishna. If you love someone, you engage in an act that pleases that person. It is not just a flowery words by saying I love you and do nothing. Hence, a devotee, to express his unlimited love, he would try hard and engage himself in whatever means and possible services to please the Lord. That is yajanam, mad-yājī. They do deity worship, bathing the deities, dressing the deities, cook for the deities, offer them to the deities, do archana, ārādhana, reciting various stotras, slokas, doing kirtan in front of the deities, hearing or reciting Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, always fully engaged. Also in making nice garlands, making sandalwood paste that can be applied to the beautiful form of Krishna, cleaning the deity areas, the temple room, even it could be at one's home, keeping the place clean, doing necessary shopping needed for cooking for the deities, sharing Krishna Katha with other devotees, distributing Bhagavad Gita to others, conducting festivals and programs for the pleasure of the deities, Krishna. These are all mad-yājī. This is done by those whose mind is fully fixed, that lead one to develop pure love towards Krishna. Such devotees do not wait for someone to give instruction on some service opportunities. Rather, they run and beg for service opportunities because they cannot sustain or they cannot sit idle not doing devotional service. They try to find a means to always be connected with Krishna, to the deities, with the temple, either remotely or locally, either directly or indirectly. Somehow they want to keep them connected and be busy in the service of Krishna consciousness, mad-yājī, which leads to namaskuru. Namaha. Namaha means I am not for myself. That is the meaning of namaha, not for me. Everything that I do, my whole existence is for Krishna. By mind, by word, by body, I surrender everything to Krishna. Namaskuru. He is the master. I am his subordinate, slave. He is completely convinced that he is Krishna's property. He thinks of Krishna with love, with no interruption, as we saw, like a continuous stream of oil. By such love, resulting one to further get engaged in devotional service. Further, that leads one mind that Krishna is inner controller, the Supreme Lord, and I am his subordinate. And he performs 3 types of obeisances to Krishna, namaskuru. What are the 3 types of obeisances? Prostration in mind, through words and through action. How can you prostrate? Through mind. That is by thinking, humbly thinking that He is the Lord. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. I belong to Him. I am not living for myself. I am living for His pleasure, to serve Him. I am His property alone. He is my only owner. I do not belong to anyone else. Thinking this in mind is the first obeisances that we offer to Krishna. Secondly, the prostration through mind is verbally saying the word Namo Namaha. That is, I am not for me, I am yours. This can be expressed in any ways one feel like, but using words to express that I belong to you, I surrender to you. And finally, paying one obeisances through the body, that is physically prostrating down with folded hand in front of Krishna. In this way, we surrender our body, we surrender our senses, we surrender our mind, we surrender everything to Krishna. Mam namaskuru. Mat-parāyaṇaḥ. When these things happens, that is man-manā bhava, mad-bhakto, mad-yājī, mam namaskuru, then mat-parāyaṇaḥ, mad-āśrayah, meaning one who accepts me, Krishna, as the highest goal. Because he has taken complete shelter on me, for him is a great suffering to not think about me even for a moment. For such a person, I am the ultimate, final, highest goal. Mat-parāyaṇaḥ. As a result of this, mam evaiṣyasi yuktvaivam ātmānaṁ. Ātmānaṁ yuktvaivam. In this manner, if you discipline your mind and impart to it to continuously dwell on me, you will reach me alone. In this way, Krishna concludes this chapter by stating the nature of bhakti in this particular sloka. To summarize this sloka, think of me with love and devotion without uninterruption. Perform all services unto me. Furthermore, with clarity in mind that I am inner controller, the Supreme Lord, and your subordinate to me. In this way, you pay your obeisances by mind, word, and body. By practicing this, you will come to a stage where you are unable to tolerate even a moment of separation, interruption of thoughts about me. When you experience that, you will then reach me for sure. Man-manā bhava mad-bhakto, mad-yājī mam namaskuru, mam evaiṣyasi yuktvaivam, ātmānaṁ mat-parāyaṇaḥ. Namaste. Hare Krishna.